first model is Jessica. And she is dressed as a geiko, or a fully fledged geisha. She's dressed for Shigyoshiki, which is an event that is celebrated every year at the beginning of January. You can tell that she's dressed for this event by the rice ear kanzashi in her hair. Her kimono features a number of wintry motifs, including snow and crashing waves. The crashing waves hint at the stormy seas of winter. Her outfit also has snow-covered chrysanthemums and snow-covered plum blossoms. The chrysanthemums remind us to say goodbye to autumn, and the plum blossoms remind us to look ahead towards spring. Her pine and bamboo motifs symbolize strength and endurance and hope in the midst of winter. And finally, the two mandarin ducks that appear on her skirt, those are a symbol of love and fidelity, a perfect motif for a celebration in which a geisha renews her devotion to the arts for another year. And our second outfit is worn by Andrew, and he is dressed as our geisha's patron. And his kimono was dyed by Japanese national treasure Tetsuyo Higuma. It features a scene from a place called Biie on the island of Hokkaido. And you can tell from the wintry sunset that this is definitely a wintry kimono. So our next model is Maral, and she is dressed as the infamous Yuki-onna. Yuki-onna is a snow demon who seduces men to their death in the cold of winter. Her kimono is covered in snowflakes and hailstones. And thank you very much, Maral. Our next two outfits feature models, Melody and Christine. And they are dressed as women of the Meiji period, which was 1868 to 1911. Melody is wearing the dress of a married woman, while Justine is wearing the dress of an unmarried woman. You can tell because of her long dangling sleeves. Both of the ladies are wearing uchikake, which are basically showy overcoats. They were meant to be worn as a show of status for wealthy women. And all of their uchikake feature a motif known as shochikubai, or the three friends of winter. And they are pine blossoms, bamboo leaves, pine boughs, bamboo leaves, and plum blossoms. And underneath, all of their kimonos feature plum blossoms as well, which are wintry motifs. So next up, we have Lily and Michelle. And they are dressed for Hanami, which is a Japanese spring festival when the cherry blossoms are in view. People dress up in their finest kimono and go to visit the cherry trees and view the cherry blossoms and have wonderful parties. And so you can see that Lily's outfit is patterned in cherry blossoms to reflect this event in the seasons. Next up we have Danielle. And she is dressed as a festival dancer. You can tell by the very bold patterns of her kimono. She's wearing irises and wisteria blossoms, all featured motifs of the spring. Our next two models are Ellen and Zena, and they are dressed as a maiko and a minarai. The maiko is an apprentice geisha, and the minarai is an apprentice perspective. So basically, she's not quite an apprentice yet. And our maiko is showing our minarai around. The two of them are dressed for spring. You can tell the maiko is wearing iris kanzashi, which are worn only in the month of May. And our minarai is wearing water lilies. Both of them have butterflies, wisteria, and running water on their kimonos. Our minarai's checker pattern is actually a seasonless motif, but the wisteria on her obi is what makes her dressed for the spring. And now we have two outfits to represent the summer. We have Shauna, and we also have Marie-Josée. Now Shauna is dressed as an oiran, which is a very high-class Japanese courtesan. She's wearing lovely rose motifs all over her kimonos and her obi, and this is a well-known summer motif. It's mostly from Western influence, and you can tell that she wears these incredibly tall shoes. These were a feature of oiran. That's one of their specific aspects of their outfit. And the next two outfits that we have representing summer are being worn by, sorry, I don't remember your name. Sorry, one of them is Lisa. And the two of them are wearing outfits from the early Showa period, so the 1930s to 1950s. And you can see that there's willow motifs on one of them. This is another summer motif. And on the long dangling sleeves outfit, we have bush clover and carnations, which represent the summer, as well as boats at harbor. The lilies are actually a feature of Western influence as well. So our first outfit to represent the fall is worn by Tanya. And she is dressed in an outfit from the late Showa period, so the 1970s or so. And her outfit features chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemums are a very symbolic flower to the Japanese. They symbolize both the month of October and the imperial family as well. Our next two outfits are worn by Jennifer and Val. And they represent clothing from the Taisho period, which was 1911 to 1926. And you can tell again, Jennifer is wearing the clothing for a married woman by the short sleeves, and Val is wearing a kimono for an unmarried woman. Val's kimono features phoenixes and falling leaves, an appropriate autumn motif, and Jennifer's kimono features turning maple leaves and chrysanthemums. And next up, we have two models, Patricia and Kevin. Patricia is dressed as a female samurai. They were rare, but they did exist. And Kevin is dressed as a daimyo, or warlord. Both of them are wearing autumn-themed outfits, patterned with chrysanthemums, again representing status and the imperial family as well. of the 2012 Kimono Fashion Show. Marie-José Cayer, Maral Agnarian, Tanya Archibald, Erica Pai, and Justine Sobacan. Special thanks to the Toronto Kimono Club. Hair ornaments were created by Christina Stapa and Maral Agnarian, and makeup was done by Tabitha Paxton, Cassandra, and Henna Rana. Thank you very much.
So first up we have Sadie. The outfit is an original visual creation made completely from scratch. The concept is a nurse-type zombie walking wounded. The inspiration for the outfit and makeup comes from fruits, Japanese goth and street fashion, and the visual style of Ryutaro Arimura of Plastic Tree. Thank you. And next we have Christina. This is actually her everyday clothing. She has been a fan of Japanese street fashion since she was 12, and she is a huge fan of H. Naoto, which is what she's wearing right now. Thank you so much. You look great. And next we have Ivana. This outfit was totally altered by her. She bought all the clothing and then she did her thing. Look at it, it looks amazing. She was influenced by too many bands to list, but her makeup is based off of Izaki from Versailles, Ruki from the Gazette, and Kitsugi from Nightmare. She wanted to base the outfit off more of the dark style visual case. Thank you. Next, we have Helen Trancy. Wow. This outfit is inspired and influenced by several different brands. The Victorian top and her skirt are based off of the Just Trace and Versailles. Her makeup is pretty simple. It's not specifically based off any certain band, but it's just this basic visual K makeup. Her white contacts, which she's not wearing, was supposed to be based off of Oz, the band. Thank you very much, Helen. Lastly, we have Alexandra. Her outfit was inspired by Waka from Danger Gang. Her dress is a punk rave dress, but she altered it to fit her, and she actually founded a Valley Village. What a find! This is her first time cosplaying and making a visual K outfit. I think she did a great job, don't you? Valley Village, yeah! Awesome, you look awesome. I love black and purple. Can you tell? Thanks. That's it for now. Thank you guys.
Let's hear it once again for Jen and the Visual K Fashion Show. For an understated yet elegant look, a simple black blouse is paired with a dark blue corset and blue muscle skirt. The ensemble is accessorized with a cameo brooch, white gloves, jewelry, and of course a fan. For one must be prepared for the mysterious suitor of theirs. Corset plus a skirt made by Priscilla Dixon, blouse, jewelry, gloves, and fan art purchased. Hide your valuables, ladies and lords. New York, the great thief, graces us with her presence, donned in buckles, brass, leather, and class. Her steampunk-inspired outfit features goggles for clear vision, and a ring of skeleton keys to open any lock. With her many pouches and pockets, she can be ready for a biggest heist at a moment's notice. Even with the strange anatomical irregularity of enhancements, Lady Mechanica does not pass on wearing the current trends of England. She favors the natural form walking dress, with a slim train. The bodice hangs tight to her form with a rolled cuff nearly to her elbow, and adorned with a clockwork jowl. Her ensemble is topped off with a bowler hat adorned with matching colors and trimmings. Whether it's a night out on the town or cruising the deck of a luxury airship, Catherine is well represented with this fabulous dress from Victorian choice. Featuring a form-shaping corset that will not break her back or her bank account. Catherine can be sure she'll be the belle of the ball when she steps out showcasing her vintage ivory cameo. And now, here comes Captain Morgan of the airship Dark Obsession. His crew of marauders will be the scourge of the sky lanes for the mahogany flight jacket, black dress slacks, and combat boots. The latest gearhead blast goggles, of course, are the perfect accessory for a Reaver heavy blast vest. And if you plan on getting close, he'll pin you to the decks with 3 feet of spring steel. Now, that is the way to get a little cappy in the eye. Next up, Jess gets a little dirty while keeping things ship-shape in those form-fitting coveralls, stylish support belt, and heavy-duty boots. And nothing will loosen those lug nuts faster than a premier line of gearhead spanners and her own handy utility belt. And when Jess sets sail, she sets sail in style with those gearhead welding goggles. Next in our show, we have Pilot Griffin Harris of the HMCS Pandemonium. A fearless daredevil pilot who lives for the thrill of a good dogfight. He sometimes comes home without a plane, but never without a victory. The costume includes a white dress shirt, lace cravat with brooch, genuine leather vest, black leather pilot jacket with golden fur details, black leather gloves with golden gear accents, black boots, cargo pants, and an awesome leather pilot hat with gold goggles. He keeps the weapons in his plane, but don't be fooled. He has a gold knife and a chain to defend himself. Around his neck, of course, Griffin carries the key to the liquor cabinet, his most valuable possession. Costume and props by Lucid Steam Designs. Next we have Miss Helena Coldwell, also known as the Ghost Shot. This lady is equipped with firepower and a keen eye. If her sniper rifle doesn't hit you, her grenades or sidearm will. She's wearing a gray and black bustle with French lace and gold accents, airship jacket with cap and goggles, a black brocade corset, and shorts with pinstripe tights. But we can't forget the armor or the gun belts. If her looks don't kill you, her rifle will. Costume and props by Lucid Steam. Next we have Gunnery Sergeant Elliot Cambridge, aka Overkill of the HMCS Pandemonium. He's equipped with an immense firepower of no less than 9 guns. 6 pistols and a leather gun vest, steam-powered Gatling gun, a railgun, and a sidearm. This gentleman is wearing a crisp white shirt, gray cargo pants, black combat boots, pinstripe cap, and a leather jacket with copper and gold details. Don't worry, ladies, he's not overcompensating for anything. Costume and props designed and made by Lucid Steve. And now, all welcome back on stage for the Steampunk Fashion Show. Ladies and gentlemen. Special thanks to Amanda Stark for participation in this and organizing the group, as well as Lucid Steve Designs for their extra props and awesome art. Thank you once again. Take a bow.